the way to shut him up is to beat him on the table, not anybody to be crying about things that he said.
Yes, it was very bad moments, but the important things is now we are again united.
So this podcast between Matt Rhodes and Ermes Gasparini, I thought was very productive as far as kind of communicating what's going to happen going forward, and Ermes reflecting on some of the past podcasts and drama the past couple months. And Matt Rhodes does ask him some good questions. I encourage you to watch it for yourself, but I'm going to review 3 clips from this podcast that I thought were pretty relevant. Here they're talking about Devin Larratt and his behavior, as if he's crossed the line or not.
If he recognizes some mistake, he apologized. This, but you needed to tell to him, not to attack him in another.
Yeah.
So this is about the Devin situation and people not liking his insults and how he conducts himself.
At the end of the day, as nice as it would be if everybody was friends, it's just life. People don't get on. It's life that people have very different personalities. And the way I see it, and I've said this to a few of you guys, I understand why you might not like the things Devin says, but the way to shut him up is to beat him on the table, not anybody to be crying about things that he says, even if it's distasteful, even if someone doesn't like it.
And that's a great point by Matt Rhodes. Like, we don't all have to be friends, but the way to beat him is just on the table. This is arm wrestling at the end of the day. As much as we want to all be friends with each other, it's natural that people are going to have different personalities and different cultural differences. So not everyone's going to be friends, but that's okay. And at the end of the day, it comes down to the matches on the table, and we just want to see more matches. And hopefully we're going to be seeing Ermes at the Switzerland event. He basically said how it's only a 3 or 4 hour drive from him in Italy, and I think that would be good to see him at that event. Now, let's review another clip here. Matt asked him a good question.
Did you feel under some pressure to stick by Engin's side? Did he put you under pressure, the group of you guys? You can only speak for yourself, I know, but did you feel some perhaps loyalty as a friend?
Yes, now a lot of people hate him. I understand. Maybe I understand. Robert is a owner. He can decide whatever he wants. Of course, this 100%. He buy the company, and like me, if I buy your car, of course, if I want to change.
So now, I mean, Ermes is coming back around. Initially after the Chicago event, he was saying he's not going to participate if Engin is not involved. 2 months later, now he's coming back around. Of course, if somebody buys the car, they can make any adjustments they want. And, referring to the league, someone buys the league, they're the owner now, so they can conduct it how they want. So it's good to see Ermes is coming back around and understanding that, and he still wants to participate in the biggest organization. And I think this is good that Matt Rhodes is having open dialogue with these athletes. I think this is a productive conversation that he's having here.
I can do 100%. I agree like this. Yes, because for Engin, I have respect because he did very after this. Everybody can do mistake. Me too, you too, Engin too.
So he doesn't directly answer the question whether he was pressured, but he says, of course, I have respect for Engin and how he's grown the biggest league from starting, 2-3 years ago, setting up some incredible matches between the East and the West, and he has a lot of loyalty. But they also went on to say that basically maybe the letter would be better if it was individual letters sent to Robert from each athlete instead of all of them together, because it kind of grouped them all together, even if they don't necessarily agree with exactly what was said. And obviously the waters are kind of muddy as far as, who wrote that. Did they all actually agree with everything that was said? So it's a little bit confusing there. But the last clip I want to review here is just Ermes talking about, what he wants going forward here with East versus West.
But yes, it was very bad moments. But the important things is now we are again united, and we need to support our sport to grow up and to reach the mainstream.
Absolutely. That's great that he's coming around and, he wants to see the sport go mainstream, which is going to provide more opportunities for athletes, for anyone involved in the sport, which is a great thing. So good to see him coming around, and hopefully he will have a match on that event in Switzerland. That would be cool. Let's read a couple comments on this interview here out of curiosity. Devin pulled East whole soul with balls 2025. How can a man as strong as a boulder cry about the position of another man's shoulder? Thanks, Matt, and thanks, Ermes. The clarification is nice. We are moving on. Yep, absolutely. His head was twisted by a sense of loyalty. Give him a chance. We want all the best pullers united. Absolutely. Absolutely. They don't all have to be friends, but to see them all united, I think, is the what's great for everyone watching the best matches. The Gladiator, nice to see. Well, that was nice. I will go easier on Ermes now. He kind of apologized without saying sorry. Matt, while I'm not as optimistic as you, I saw Ermes not fully own his side, but I think you hit the nail on the head. You don't have to like everyone. Do all the UFC fighters like each other? Absolutely not. You still compete with each other, especially when that person put you on the map. This is why I respect Devin. He is willing to play ball with everyone. So overall, pretty productive podcast. Go watch it for yourself on Matt Rose's channel. I'll put the link in the description, and hit like for more arm wrestling content, guys.